Hey everybody, this is Jeff Rose, soldierofinance.com. Welcome again to another one of my videos. Today's topic is called The Dreamer. And you might want to listen up because most likely this probably applies to you. This is something that first happened to me probably several years ago, and then just recently almost had like a deja vu repeat occurrence. And let me just ask you a quick question, but how many of you just kind of think that everything is going to be okay? Maybe you have this vision of being able to retire early and just thinking that it's all going to work out. If this is you, then stick around and listen to this story. A couple years ago, I was meeting with a couple, and this couple was probably, I believe, in their early 40s. Both of them had good paying jobs, had kids, had a big house. You basically were living the American dream. And the husband, he was definitely the breadwinner of the two and was making some good money. And he wanted to retire at the age of 50. And keep in mind that he was in his early 40s. And I'm like, okay, I can appreciate somebody that is ambitious, that has big dreams, that wants to retire early. That's something that I've always kind of, told myself was I wanted to have the ability to retire when I could, when I wanted to. I wanted to call the shots. And for me, that was like 50 to 55 was always kind of been that magic age for me. So to kind of hear someone else that, has a successful career, that's making good money, that, they want to retire early, I thought, this is great. This is awesome. Hopefully I can help them live that dream. So, they bring in all their stuff. They're bringing their 401k statements, their insurance statements, and any other, their investment statements. And we start kind of getting down to it, and I'm like looking, and I look at one statement, and then I look at another statement. I look at their 401k statement, and something's I'm not seeing what I hoped I want to see. Now keep in mind, this person was in the early 40s. They had ambitious goals of retiring early. 50 was kind of his magic number. And when I looked, the only thing that him and his wife had saved combined was their 401k, and the total balance was approximately $22,000. $22,000. There were no other Roth IRAs. There were no other traditional IRAs. They had some permanent life insurance policies, but the cash value was next to nil, and all they had saved was $22,000. And I remember sitting down with them, and I'm like, okay. You tell me that you have this dream or this goal to retire at the age of 50. How exactly do you think you're going to get it? And there was no answer. I mean, they didn't know. Both of them had just assumed that they both had really good paying jobs, and because they made so much, that everything should work out. And let me tell you something. Just because you make money, just because you have a good paying job, doesn't mean you're going to be all right. You know why? Because you have to save. Just because you make a lot of money doesn't mean that your savings account's going to grow. You got to add to it. You got to add to your 401k accounts. And it just blew me away because they just thought that everything was going to be fine. And to me, that was just kind of a life lesson. And how many people out there are you in that same boat, that you're kind of that dreamer, that you think that everything's going to be fine, that retirement's going to be okay, because, hey, it's, you're going to be fine because you've got 10, 20 years before that actually happens. And I'll tell you what, if you're not putting anything away in your retirement accounts and your savings accounts, don't think that it is going to be okay. Social Security may or may not be there. We can argue that a whole other day. But if Social Security's not there, and if you're not putting anything away, then who is? Who's going to take care of you? So in this case, if this is a dream, it's time to pinch yourself, get a cold glass of water, dump it on your face. It's time to wake up and face reality. It's time to wake up and stop the dream. This is Jeff Rose, soldierofinance.com.